Don Rowley here with a little video blog. Some advice. The election is probably going to be pretty sketchy. Your best bet is probably just stay in for a week or so as much as possible afterwards. More is better. Um, Sorry about that. Um, between now and the election, I think it's good advice for everyone to basically go out and get enough stuff that they don't have to leave the house for a week. Get stuff that will last 3 months or more, sugar, toothpaste, shampoo, things like that. Medicines. If you're diabetic, try to pick up some more insulin than you normally would. Uh, Again, don't get stuff that you don't need unless things go south. Just try to stock up on stuff that you would eat later on or use later on and won't go bad in 3 months. Rice, split peas, things like that. Eventually, you get around to eating them, and they won't go bad. Laundry detergent, things like that. I expect things to go bad after the election, mainly from the left. Yeah, the right wing, there's some crazies on the right wing, of course, but I expect them to basically be pushed into it with the legislative stuff that has been promised if Trump loses. The immediate danger, I think, after the election is from a small group on the left, fringe leftists. They're small in numbers, but they're very fanatical. And it doesn't take many people to cause a lot of damage. So, yeah, win or lose, I expect problems from them. If they lose, if Biden loses, then they're going to riot because they say the election was stolen. And we've all seen celebrations, after a sports team wins, that turns into a riot and looting. The best way to avoid a riot is just not be there. I mean, the best way to survive a riot is to not be there when it starts. So staying in for a while, it's a pretty good idea. A week after things get settled. Um, I personally don't think I'm going to be going out much between election day and Thanksgiving. Um, and if I do, it'll be straight to where I have to take care of some business and then right back. Uh, yeah, there's a lot of different things coming together that's really putting us on edge. There was just a report the other day about how some Democratic voters were getting threatening messages from someone claiming to be the Proud Boys. As it turns out, it's actually from Iran. And yeah, that's a big thing right there. I in my book, Kindle book, Killer Chaos: Surviving the Crazy Years, I just updated it to detail how foreign nations are trying to set us at each other's throats. That's the whole thing with the 2016 election. It wasn't so much that they wanted Trump or Hillary in office; they just wanted a weak president in office. And if it's straight out of the 36 strategies. If you can get your enemies, your rivals, to be fighting among themselves, that leaves the world stage for you. So Iran, China, Russia, all of them are trying to just get us to hate each other, and I expect things to get worse. The Human Hacking podcast for last month, they revealed that they just found a group. Facebook found a group that's been active for over a year, um, trying to interfere with things like that. They had a pro-Trump, they had pro-Biden, and they had anti-Trump messages. So yeah, they're trying to get, it doesn't matter who's in office. They want them as weak as possible. They want us at each other's throats. And unfortunately, there's a lot of people in the States that are helping them. There's another group, that really worries me. And these are the types that want to bring in some utopian society. And yeah, and in order to bring in a new society, they have to convince people that the old society sucks. So they are actively trying to make things as bad as possible, just so the people will listen to them when they say that they have a better option. So, yeah, um, again, my advice: go out, buy stuff so that you can stay in for a week if necessary. And then I would suggest that you just keep doing that. You know, when you buy a lot, you know, and you just keep rotating stuff. For example, you know, I go out and I buy 24 roll packs of toilet paper. When I open up one, I make a note, and the next time I go down to the supermarket, I pick up another. So I usually have over 30 rolls of toilet paper, and I'll actually get through all of them. I've got kids, you know. So that's what you know. Again, laundry detergent, buy the biggest container I can. When I open up one, I go down and buy another one. This is good advice for the crazy years. And it's something that we do here in Colorado just because, you know, we do get blizzards every so often that keeps us in the house for days at a time. So it is just keeping it going even through July and such. Uh, Again, don't advise people buy survival rations. You know, those just suck. I mean, I ate more MREs than I care to admit when I was in the military, and I will not have one in the house. But I will keep rice. I will keep split peas, some canned vegetables, canned fruit, and stuff like that. And they're just nice to have when the roads are too treacherous to go down and, you know, to the store and buy something fresh. On election day, I will be going down, and or the day before, I will be going down and I'll be buying eggs, milk, things like that. You know, fresh fruits and vegetables, just to kind of like stay in the house for a while. I'm not the most social person around, but yeah, so it's not hard for me. But really, if you can stay out of the stores and stuff for a few days, a week or so after election, it's probably best. I would say that a week after the announcement is made, they finally figure out who does it with all the mail-in voters. You know, probably safe. I mean, this is not the hardest thing to do. We got kind of used to it with the lockdown, and we saw how fast toilet paper went. You know, so buy your toilet paper now. They'll be able to restock before election day, and stay safe. You know, just think of, you know, even if there's no problems with the election, and I hope there won't. You know, staying off out of the stores and such with all this pandemic going around is probably a good idea, anyways. But that's my message. Feel free to share this and stay and stock stuff up on things. Again, my book, Killer Chaos: Surviving the Crazy Years, kind of details this strategy in more depth. But you know, it's not difficult. Take care. Now, how do I turn this thing off? Hmm.